Well, next, and the rural roads of Herefordshire are set for a rude awakening with the arrival of the church leader known as the biking bishop.
It's been announced today that the Right Reverend Richard Jackson will become the Bishop of Hereford. And earlier I spoke to the new man at the helm and began by asking him how it felt to take up his new position.
Well, I couldn't be more delighted. Who would not be delighted to be called to serve in a diocese like Hereford? It's one of the most beautiful places in the country, and it's a place where I have ancestors going back for quite some generations. So in a sense, it's in my DNA. It's lovely to be here. I'm very much looking forward to what the future has.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, because you come from a farming background, don't you?
Yes, before I was ordained, I was an agricultural advisor. I used to advise farmers on growing crops in Wiltshire, and so that agriculture is a bit in my blood. I'm married into a farming family, so agriculture is very important to me, and to be in a diocese where agriculture is such an important part of the local community is something that I'm really looking forward to.
So how did you become a man of the cloth?
I was slightly reluctant initially to come to faith. I come from a non-Christian background and was slightly dragged against my better judgment to church. It was there I first discovered the reality of faith. My call to ordination came at a Christian conference where I wasn't really expecting it. And along through my Christian journey, it's been a case of God calling and me sort of trying to resist. But at this point in my clerical career, it's one of those situations where I'm so delighted. I couldn't be more delighted to be called to this next phase in ministry in such a beautiful place where there are so many innovative and exciting things going on in the diocese, and building on such a tremendous legacy from the other Bishop Richard, who I will be succeeding early in the new year.
Now, for those who don't know, what does a bishop actually do on a day-to-day basis?
Overall, my responsibility is to care for the clergy and congregations of this diocese, but it's also to be an advocate, someone who argues in the public sphere for those who have no voice, someone who seeks to be an advocate for this part of the world, and it's also someone who has a teaching and what we call an evangelistic role, commending the Christian faith to those who haven't discovered the joy of Christian faith for themselves yet. So all of those things come together to make one pretty busy on the whole.
And presumably part of your aim will be to fill those empty church pews across the diocese.
Well, certainly working with clergy and other members of staff here in the diocese, we want to be a community that is welcome and opening to all and commends faith in Jesus Christ.
Well, Bishop Jackson, we wish you well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.